It's actually been a while. I'm not gonna lie. And some people have been asking or
Low key, I thought you guys stopped doing it.
No,
yeah,
I was
no,
like,
no,
that's what people were asking and
we're just busy.
yeah, no, we're just like in the middle
so
of placement and we were
mm,
finishing up our seasons because we were both like heading into playoffs.
mm,
So we had playoffs at the same time when everyone's like, "Where are you guys
yeah.
at MIA?" I was like, "I'm kind of busy, not gonna lie."
That's what I
Like,
told everyone too. I'm just busy.
Just the AT
yeah.
life, man.
And it's honestly, it's really hard scheduling things with ATs, I've
Mm,
noticed, because everyone's schedules is
mm,
all over the place. If you don't have a full packed calendar, are you in this program?
no, no. How long? You let to be like what, a month ago?
Yeah,
Something like this?
we asked you a month
A
ago,
long time ago.
and then we had someone else on board, but then she couldn't do it, so now we're back to you.
Yeah, and it was just like a whole back and forth. We had exams in between this, and we are
Don't
like,
remind me.
Yeah,
okay, when are we gonna do this? And then we almost canceled today, and we're like,
literally
we
that
can't.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're like, we
Because we got
can't.
exams on
yeah,
Friday.
I know we have an exam this week. We both have, like
yeah.
all of us.
Mine's tomorrow morning.
Oh,
Oh,
fun.
It's
It's okay,
calm. It's
you're good.
calm.
well,
You're
well,
good.
thank you for coming on
Yeah.
still.
It's fine. It's fine. Little break of studying, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
for sure.
have a break just to talk about the program. And so I don't know if it's too much of a break, but it's a different type.
A little bit of break. You
Yeah.
know, a little vent sesh.
Yeah.
Need this.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just get started if you want to introduce yourself, where you're coming from, your background before you entered the program,
Hmm.
and it kind of just like your experience outside of like the AT program that kind of informed you to make your
Hmm.
decision to apply as
Hmm.
well.
Well, I'm Deja Peters. In my second year, finishing my second year at in the AT program at York. Prior to being in the AT program, I actually didn't even know what AT was. I didn't know it was a profession. Everyone just tells you you like sports, go into kin. York is good at kin, blah blah blah, whatever. So I found out about it. I think in like end of second year, I found out about the AT program. Same. And then I was missing a course. I took another year to do that course, and then applied. But prior to that, I didn't really know what I really wanted to do. So you can't really do much with a kinesiology degree. So I was kind of just vibing. And it was COVID and it was just like a mess. But I have played sports my whole life, which is like how you get into kin, how you get into AT. You play sports, you get hurt, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
The whole nine
the whole
yards.
gist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I played soccer from 5 to like 19.
I didn't know
Oh yeah, I played Woodbridge Soccer Club from like I was
that.
8 o'clock, 8 years old,
Wow.
8 years old to
8
8 a.m. 8 a.m.
sixth
guys.
grade. Um, yeah, so I played there, played rep there, played a couple years at the OPDL level, and
Wow.
then, um, yeah. Other than that, played flag football before getting into AT program with Iz here at
Yeah.
York. Great time, and then I got placement, so we can't,
Yeah.
can't really
Honestly,
play.
that's the
Literally
same
same thing.
exit. Same
Same
exit.
exit. It's a little too scary how close our experience
Yeah.
with the AT program is,
Oh, don't
but
get me started.
it's
Yeah,
two
It's the same career.
exact
yeah.
same thing.
It's
But
Christ.
wait, so you played soccer with Alessia
yes,
and
yes, and Anastasia, yeah,
oh my God, the
yeah.
trio.
Oh,
Literally, all of high
you guys
school,
are together all the time
yeah,
Yeah.
too.
all of high school until after COVID.
Oh,
Yeah,
gang.
yeah, yeah,
That's actually so much
yeah.
fun.
That's so
We've
fun.
all been playing in the same club even before we played on the same team, so we always knew of each other.
Hmm.
And then when I transitioned onto their team, and then we became teammates.
Fun.
Yeah,
You pulled
and
a
then
LeBron James.
yeah, I was like, oh, I need my talents elsewhere. I guess I'll join. Yes. Um, but yeah, so yeah, very very sports oriented. My whole family plays sports. This big sports lover, so of course I'm gonna work in sports.
Yeah. Sometimes you got it. And like
Yeah.
No
honestly,
brainer.
yeah, like
It is.
growing up in sports, you'd obviously not obviously,
Hmm.
some people do want a career out of it.
Yeah.
So a
Yeah.
lot of people just apply for kin and find out like
That you
as
can't do
it
anything
goes.
with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Unless you want to do like something post grad, which is like what some people do,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would say like AT is a good route to like enter in
Hmm.
between everything.
Hmm.
It's a good starting point. You
Hmm.
know, it's a good entrance to the world of manual therapy.
Hmm.
But then, if you want to specialize, it's
Hmm.
cool to go even further. But
Hmm.
by the
Yeah.
time we're done,
I'm gonna get a
hopefully,
break.
hopefully, hopefully we'll continue. But the
Yeah.
break is very much needed
Yeah.
in a lot
Yeah.
of people.
But at least with this, you can actually work
Yes,
in the break
Hmm.
yes.
and actually, get a living. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And it's
So
something you still study.
yeah.
It's relevant.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
relevant.
yeah.
It's around you every day.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I know from my understanding, just because like I've known you for a while,
Mhm.
you've worked or you volunteered for the Special Olympics. Like tell us about
Mhm.
your experience with that and like
Mhm.
how you got into it, what inspired you or
Mhm.
who inspired you to like get into that kind of field just because that's very special.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, no
not
pun intended.
yeah, no pun intended.
Yeah.
But it is a special population and
Yes,
like not a lot of people get
that kind of.
their foot in the door in that
Yeah.
kind of field. So
Mhm.
what's your experience like and how would you compare and contrast that to like
Mhm.
I guess like your placement
Mhm.
experience with varsity settings.
Mhm. So my older brother is autistic. My older brother Talon, he's 26, and so from the age of I believe 9, he started playing basketball in Brampton Special Olympics. My dad's very heavily, a lot more heavily involved. So I was a lot more involved when I was younger, kind of going to their practices, going to their tournaments,
Nice.
um, helping out or whatever. But he started playing in that, and then my dad started coaching. So he's been the head coach for years now, from like he was, I think my brother was like 12 till now. So he still coaches in that.
Shout out.
And so yeah, and so we've been involved in that sense through going to all their tournaments, going to their practices. So our family's just kind of heavily involved in Special Olympics. Um, and then I volunteered a lot when I was in elementary school to middle school, getting my hours and that kind of stuff. But I was always there anyway, and so helped out in that sense. And I think that was a very unique opportunity, not even so because I obviously I live with my brother, like he's my brother.
Yeah.
But like every person with special needs is so different. Like ASD or autism spectrum disorder is truly a spectrum where you're not going to meet two people with autism who are the same. That their life experiences and their habits are so completely different, and all the different disabilities and things that you see when you go to Special Olympics is so vast, but they're all together for this just love to play sports. They love basketball. They have so many sports. They have track, they have soccer, they have curling, they have swimming. He even did swimming a lot when he was younger. So he was in Special Olympics for swimming. And so it's like their love for the sport is just pure. They're not there to show off to anybody. Nothing like that. They just love it. Some of them are just put into it just they need something to do.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't have that kind of outlet in the community that much where they can be a little more independent. And Special Olympics is good because they cater to the different um what's the word, like functioning levels, I guess you could say. And so the men and women all play together. It's just based on how well they mesh in terms of their ability and their capabilities.
That's nice.
So that's really nice. And
That's very
so
nice. Yeah.
they all practice together and they'll go to tournaments together, but they're playing at different levels, but they all know each other. And it's a really nice, it's so nice to see them because they'll have their friends on the other teams. And I
That
get to
is
see
so
people
cute.
through the years from the other teams as
Yeah.
well. And so it's like it's a really niche and very unique experience. Like I encourage everyone to go and watch a Special Olympics tournament. It's fantastic. It's a very unique experience, and they all play like all sports. So some of them I'll see on the basketball team would be playing soccer in another tournament. They'd be playing at the curling. Like it's nuts. They're everywhere. They're so
Multi-talented,
busy.
multi-talented.
It's
Versatile.
and it's
Wow.
real
Versatile.
raw talent because they don't practice as much as us as a varsity team would.
Yeah.
Literally, they practice once a week, and so you see some true raw talent. So that's really cool. And then my dad is also the coach for the Humber integration team, and so the junior varsity teams will do an integration team with the Special Olympics Brampton teams, and then they'll go play George Brown and they'll go play the other integration teams.
That's
That's
so
so cool.
sick.
So it's really cool. So to even see that, to see like I went to one of their practices a couple weeks ago, and just to see the typical um, functioning players with the Special Olympics players, it's just so cool because they feel really special. They feel really nice. They're part of a really good team and a really good facility, all that kind of stuff. So they get treated really well, and they're being exposed a little bit more because no one really knew about Special Olympics
Yeah, no.
a while ago, right? And so integrating them with these kind of teams and bring them together is really nice. It makes them feel really special and gets a nice, good exposure. And so I've been involved in that kind of way. Mostly my dad, but my family just in general is pretty involved through my brother.
That is so dope. I saw
Yeah.
you post about it on your Instagram a
Mhm.
couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
And I think it's so cool how it kind of acts as like extramurals,
Mhm.
like across different colleges and
Yes.
everything like that. So it's
Yes.
super dope.
Yeah.
So I know like you've worked some of those events.
Mhm.
What are some things like you've taken away from it? Like things that have helped you like grow as a therapist, as a
Mhm.
person? Like what have you taken away from those experiences?
Mhm.
I know you said a lot, but like
Yeah.
just a brief synopsis
Yeah.
of like what your three main takeaways are from like working with Special Olympics.
I think just naturally you having to work with different populations and different age groups because there's no really age cap
Mhm.
in Special Olympics. It's more just on how well they function, or not even how well they function, just their level of functioning and their how well they collaborate with their other teammates. Um, and just being able to work with them, being able to get the best communication to them as possible. Some of them are nonverbal, some of them are very verbal and like to talk to you all day, all the time.
Oh, those are the best.
Yeah,
I love
those- I
yappers.
love
We
those
love
ones.
there's lots of yappers. um, but some of them you have to be able to still provide the same level of care or enough care. Like I covered a soccer tournament where even if it's not that high level where they're not really getting injured that much,
Mhm.
some of them actually they might be hurting, but they're not able to communicate it well. They're
Right,
not being able to
right.
communicate it well. Because for example, my brother has a super high pain tolerance. He'll scratch mosquito bites off his skin and you won't notice because until his legs bleeding, that kind of thing. So
Dang.
you have to be able to really pay attention. You learn to pay attention. You learn to be able to communicate with them, and then that translates to when you work in the typical population to be able to, some people are a little more quiet, some people are not as social
Yeah.
with their teammates, but still be able to feel that they can connect to you, still be able to come to you, and just have something in common to be able to connect with that athlete. So
Very
I
true.
think that's helped me to be able to be close, I guess, in the most professional way possible with all the athletes on my team and make sure that they feel comfortable coming up to me.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, sure. I'm just wondering, like, is this something that you found yourself like loving for a long time now, right?
Hmm.
Definitely, will you see yourself in this type of situation or setting in the future as well? Is
Hmm.
this something that you really want to integrate yourself in?
I think so. I think because they don't have a lot of, I guess, that kind of support because not everyone really knows how high level Special Olympics gets. Like, there's certain teams where you wouldn't even know that these athletes are special needs because really you don't need to know because they're athletes
Mhm.
in the same, right? And so I think they still deserve the same level of care, the same level of respect, the same level of attention
Sure.
in their sport. So that would be a setting I would like to still work in, and even just within Canada, like respecting sports is just now coming back, trying to bring it back,
Yeah.
and so bring Special Olympics right along with it. And because they go to national games, they go to international provincial games, like they had games during COVID that's supposed to be in, I think, like, I don't even know, across the world somewhere. And I was just like, that's no one knows about that kind of stuff, but this is a national games
It
with
is, yeah.
very high level athletes. And so I think a little more exposure and a little more respect needs to be brought into it
I love
for
that.
sure.
And I love that you have like a whole social media page about
Yeah.
it too, because exposure is everything.
Mm-hmm.
People aren't aware of things that are going around
Mm-hmm.
unless there's intentional awareness about
Yep.
it. And like having people like you who are just like advocating for
Mhm.
the sport in itself, it's so important. And I think every single person in that community needs that
Yeah.
because there always needs to be someone within that community to amplify the voices of everyone else
Mm-hmm.
that kind of needs it,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm being honest.
But they
Because
can't advocate for themselves. Yeah.
exactly. So it's good, like you have a good head on your shoulders and you know what direction you want to get out of this. And honestly, we need more people like
Yeah.
that. We need more therapists like that who are big on advocating for like people and sports and
Mhm.
different communities that are still on the, I guess, like on
On
the
the come.
cusp,
Come on.
like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like developing overall. And that's like one of the things as like being part of this profession, you're always advocating
Yeah.
no matter
Yeah.
what.
Anyone, you're
Yeah.
advocating for your athletes, for the other side's athletes,
So
for
everybody.
everyone around you,
Yeah.
right?
Agreed.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Drop the social down below.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be in the description.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next question.
Mhm.
What's your experience like doing external placements?
Mhm.
Just because I know you finished your first placement year, and what advice would you give to like first years who are going into placements and like I guess like future students are looking into the program
Yeah.
and I guess future listeners who may be listening while they're applying to
Mhm.
placements, like
Stay tuned.
what's
Still
your
alive.
advice for them and like how your experience is doing external
Mhm.
placements outside of York?
I had a great time at my placement. I was placed at Humber
Shout out.
with initially with the men's soccer team and then into the women's basketball team. Such a great placement. I had a really great time because like it's easy to be placed here and be because I also had a part-time job here, so I knew a lot of the athletes here and a lot of their coaches and
Mhm.
that sort of thing. So it'd be easy for me to kind of be placed here and know the athletes already and kind of know the area. But you get to be introduced to a different clinic, different setting, different supervisors who've had different experiences, as well as just new athletes who are coming from different places to come play at Humber or are trying to go into the OUA and that kind of thing. And so, kind of helping them, you kind of learn the process, the whole like post secondary athletic experience.
Mhm.
So that's really cool. And also just working, because I hear at York you don't get to work with other students other than York students, and so being in an external placement you get to work with Sheridan students as well, and their style of learning is completely different over there, and so it's really interesting to kind of see how they apply what they learned based on how they learn it and then how we do it as well because it's very different.
Yep.
We also learn from them. They have a different placement experience or different kind of placement pathway, and so their experience is a little bit better or different. They get a little bit more exposure earlier on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sometimes that seems better, but I think the way we learn here is very unique, and I think it's very good for longevity. We kind of learn how to learn here
Yeah.
and learn how to research.
That's a cool thing.
Right. And so you're kind of always doing that all the time with everything. My brain has been changed forever
Yeah.
with everything, not even just AT stuff. Like it's just always thinking
Everything,
about your
yeah.
thinking and thinking about what was being brought in front of you.
The
Mm-hmm.
way
And
you
so
approach things is so
literally,
different.
it's so much
The
different.
rationale behind everything
Yeah.
matters so much, and like not only does it apply academically,
Yeah.
but
Literally
everything.
everything. Yes.
In life.
Yeah.
And so you don't just believe. I don't no longer just not that I was very gullible. I'm quite wise, but
Very wise.
you kind of just like you don't just take things for what they are anymore. You kind of make sure you're critically appraising things and making sure they make sense. Like why? Always asking why. And so I think I was able to apply that really well to the external placements with people who don't get to learn that same way. Um, in terms of advice, I think I really enjoyed my time at placement. Like I never, I was always at Humber. Every day I'm at Humber. I'm there early. I'm there
I never
late.
saw you.
I know.
Yeah.
No one ever saw me here because I was always over there. To the point where my dad thought I went to Humber. I said, I'm still like,
Honestly,
I still go. I still go.
same,
That was
the
you
same
too
thing
last
happened
year.
to me last year.
I like I'm going to school. He's like, oh, Humber. No, I don't. I
No.
don't attend there actually.
I actually don't go to school.
Right, right. But yeah, I think if you really make the most of enjoying your placement, really take time to learn your athletes and enjoy spending time because you're gonna be with them all the time, every day. So if you don't
Sometimes
really
too
too much, sometimes it's like,
Yeah.
guys, we're not friends. I'm going home now. But if you really enjoy your time there and really make connections and make friends with the other therapists, because those are the kind of people who are gonna really you're gonna need to lean on in the future.
Yeah.
But if you really enjoy your time, it doesn't feel like placement. Like
Yeah.
I really enjoyed and looked forward to trying to apply what I'm doing to be with the team and build with the team, and you get really invested because you want to win too. Like this is
Yeah.
your team, and you're helping them through
Exactly.
injuries. You're there with them when it's rough times or games where they're not playing well parts of the season, and you really want to. You feel like you're on the field. You feel like you're on the
Yeah.
court.
You carry their
Oh
emotions. If I'm being honest, there were times where sometimes my athletes would cry, and I'm like, I have to hold it. I have to
no,
hold it
literally
together.
at the provincial final from the women's basketball team. I told them after they didn't see whatever happened in that change room, whatever tears you saw come out of my
Yeah.
eyes, you did not
Yeah.
see nothing.
So
So you get
real.
really invested.
You get
So
so invested.
yeah, yeah.
You get angry at every
Oh,
call.
Yeah.
You get angry at every
oh,
foul.
you're on camera. Like you gotta be demure. And sometimes I'm just like,
No, you don't have
woo.
to.
Actually,
You don't. You don't
Probably
have to.
don't.
There's at least
Demure.
5 photos of me.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
no. Say there's actually like footage.
Yeah.
And we just like
Yeah.
hands up,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I can't hold it
Oh
in.
yeah.
But
Because
honestly,
you're really part of the
yeah.
team, and I
Yeah.
think that these athletes, because we're all like in the same age group,
Yes.
in any other instance, we'd be friends. So it's like you really learn how to keep it professional,
Yeah.
keep the distance, but also it makes it so much more fun because you can relate on more things than
Yeah.
just athletics, right? So I think my best advice would just have fun with it.
Mhm.
Find the joy in the hard days. There's
Real.
been many days I did not want to go to clinic because
Long hours.
clinic is hard
Mhm.
and the day's long. Then I gotta go to class and there's practice. There's just too much going on. But once you're there, it's like it's cool, you
Yeah.
know. So
I would say like when it comes down to like placement, days are hard, but
so hard.
honestly, the environment matters so much.
Yeah.
If you're around good people and
Yeah.
a good environment, they can make hard days a little less hard,
Yes.
and you'll
Makes or
always
breaks it,
be,
right?
yeah,
So much
you'll
better.
always be able to nitpick a little moment of the day
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, that was like a good thing,
A
or
little
that was
bit.
funny,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of like makes your day
Mm-hmm.
at the end
And
of
I
the
think
day.
that's a good point because in terms of people going into their interviews and you're going into placement interviews, I think it's really important. The same way they're kind of trying to suss out your vibe in terms of because they don't know what we know
Yes,
and we don't know
Exactly.
that's
anything.
true.
Yeah.
Going to first year
Yeah,
placement,
real.
we know nothing,
Yeah.
and so that was always like an insecurity I felt, even though I wasn't the only one. It's like, oh,
They
like
know you don't know
there's a
anything.
certain prestige that's
It's
going to
Yeah.
Humber, and it's like,
it's a
oh,
learning curve.
it's a very big learning curve. And I think the same way they're sussing out our vibe, suss out their vibe.
Yeah,
Don't
real.
don't take a
Real.
placement for the prestige or what people say about it. See how you vibe out with whoever you're interviewing with because you have to spend a year with them. And if you can't vibe with them, if you got a weird vibe, not because of anything other than you guys don't mesh well,
Mhm.
don't go there. Don't choose there.
Yeah.
Like it's really that's really all what the interviews are about. Can
Mhm.
you stick together for a year? Can you learn from them?
Sure.
Do you like this person's
Yeah.
personality? If not, don't go there because you're not gonna have a good time. And it's gonna make learning really hard. If you're thinking about, oh my gosh, what is this person gonna say? Or oh my gosh, da, 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 you're learning about the wrong things. You're not
Yeah.
gonna learn very well. So that's kind of what I did. Just catch a vibe.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
because like you're gonna spend 12 hours with these people
Yeah.
straight.
Overnight sometimes,
So you gotta like
a
them.
week
Otherwise,
in
you're
a different
just screwed.
province sometimes.
Yeah.
So you gotta like them. You
Yeah.
really do.
Those Quebec trips were.
Long
Yeah.
drives.
Yeah.
Long,
Long
yeah.
drives.
Something Dr. Boney said in
Mhm.
our first year that really stuck with me.
Mhm.
This is a 3-year long interview
Interview.
process,
Yes.
and you have to remember it's not just him that's interviewing you.
Right.
It's every
Every
single
single person.
supervisor at
Mhm.
every single placement
Mhm.
because AT is such a small world, such a small community.
It's insane.
Everyone
Everyone knows
talks.
each other.
Everyone knows each other. Yeah.
So why like put your best foot forward,
Mhm.
give it your all,
Mhm.
be a good vibe,
Mhm.
and you're gonna love the thing you do,
Mhm.
love the environment you're in, and just love what you do. Like that's the number one thing. Don't be a Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Don't be someone who's always angry or
Yeah.
upset.
And don't be all stuck up. No athlete's gonna want to
Yeah.
go someone who's stuck up.
That part.
Loosen up,
That
man.
part.
Like,
Yeah.
be chill. That's the benefit of working with people who are the same age. Like, just chill.
And
You
they
know?
know you're a student therapist.
They know.
They know.
They know.
So they know to be like,
And it's okay
"Very
to
good."
not know because they don't know either.
Yeah.
What you don't know is still more than they know. Probably. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
So like the little that you know is still a lot more because they haven't had the year experience that you had
For sure.
learning. And so and even to back you up back what? Piggyback. That's right. Piggyback off the point that you said about the 3 year long interview, that even the people you interview with that you don't choose as your placement is still a big impression that you have to make because you never know, they could offer you a job in the future or
Or
really want to take you.
they refer you to someone else.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So
It'll work
everywhere
out.
you go, it's big impressions to just show your personality, but also still remain professional.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Remember, personality can't be taught. Skills can.
Exactly.
And ideas and knowledge can be transferred. But
Yeah.
if you are a good vibe, a good personality, that's what matters the most in this profession, at
Yeah.
least. Well, in any profession,
Most,
but
yeah.
this one in
Yeah.
particular.
Yeah.
That
Agreed.
deserves a snap, but I can't snap.
I don't know how to snap either.
Oh,
What?
we're embarrassing.
I got you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate that.
thanks.
Appreciate that.
Okay. Last question before we go
Yeah.
into the lightning round.
Mhm.
What are your plans in the upcoming year without like telling the audience like your exact institutions that you're
Okay.
placed with?
Keep
But
keep it low key.
yeah.
Yeah, a little mystery.
Yeah.
You'll find that on the Instagram.
And what do you
Follow
want to
that.
get out of this year? Now that you're entering your last year.
It's so crazy.
Graduating.
I
Yeah.
know.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. Um, for the next year, I'm really looking forward to just kind of really honing in on specifically my assessment skills, I think. Kind of get a good picture throughout my last placement, but it's like a lot of learning on the spot and being able to just master those, as well as just build a lot of connections in the professional setting at different institutions. Um, just be able to do that, work with different people. I'm gonna be working with people I haven't really even been able to work closely with just within York as well. so other student ATs, and be in a more of a mentorship role. I think kind of got to do that a little bit with the first years I came in, helping them through their classes, but actually at placement there's going to be some like junior
Yeah.
athlete or junior student ATs,
Mhm.
and so to be able to mentor them a little bit, and that kind of helps. That's kind of a learning process for me to be able to teach someone something helps me solidify it for myself, and so to be able to do that this year, and really just push myself without giving too much of what my placement is.
Can you say the sport at
Yeah,
least?
you can say this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So football and women's basketball. So I
Oh,
love
that's
football.
confirmed?
Yeah, yeah.
We love that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have such good time.
Such a good time. I'm so excited. But I just love football. I love football. So I'm really excited to be able to do like the AT side of it, at a really good high level. And so,
You're gonna enjoy it.
oh yeah,
You're gonna love
oh
it.
yeah,
I will tell
yeah.
you, like, relish every single moment.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna go by really fast.
It does.
Yeah.
It goes by so fast.
Yeah.
The day flies by.
I
Yeah.
know yours was like one day you were here, and the next day I saw
6
you again.
a.m.
Yeah.
to like 10 p.m. It
Every day.
will go by.
Yeah.
But like,
But it's
so
it's
much
really
fun.
busy, and I know the people are really vibey.
Yeah.
And just like if it's people I really didn't like, I'd be like, oh
Yeah.
my God. Let me just get here and make like connections. But like the interview was so good, and so I think it's gonna be really vibey. And I heard nothing but good things about this placement, so
Yeah.
so excited.
Yeah.
You think the color will suit you?
Oh, I look great in that color because every placement.
But
Placement
it's the
color.
same colors.
Someone must know.
It's a sign. It's a sign.
Someone must know that's my color or something, you know? Yeah.
So after AT, like, I don't know if you've thought
Mhm.
this far ahead yet, but like, what do you want to get out of the program?
Honestly, that's kind of like changed. Not super changed, but like going in, I want to
Sit up
be
for it.
professional setting, professional football, CFL setting, Canada basketball setting, whatever. That's still kind of the goal, but I really want to see through being placed different places. If that's like my sole opportunity and sole goal that I want to get to. I, despite how hard clinic was for me, like clinic was so hard, and
You
there's
got
some
over
days where
that
I'm like,
one. You
I
got over
did.
that.
Even to the end, though, I was like, oh,
It's a process.
It's
It's a
a
process.
Yeah.
but like I became more in love with like it being more of a challenge that I wanted to like master.
And that's what you want.
And so I'm like, do I want to work in a clinical setting? I don't know. Or do I want to be kind of in that kind of varsity setting where you kind of get to do both field, still high level, still clinic setting?
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely still in some kind of high level sports setting, whatever that looks like. But lately it's been wanting to, because flag football is on the come up. It's an Olympics, y'all. It's an Olympics.
2028.
It's
LA.
the Olympics. Yeah.
LA.
So, graduating next year,
Yeah.
I kind of want to get into that as it's going to come up because they're going to need ATs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna play?
Oh,
Ryan.
this back, this knee.
It's okay, we still have the pictures.
Exactly. I mean, if I'm the 18 if someone goes
Yeah.
down, I can do a little 1-2 snap. You know what I'm saying?
Cleats,
They'll be
Yeah,
on bed.
flags.
My gloves will be
Yeah.
on deck.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get my mouth
Yeah.
guard ready.
Make sure you bring your cleats to your placement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
'cause you
yeah,
didn't-
Oh
you
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah. So definitely, I think that's kind of been my goal a little bit. So still football, but like maybe into the flag football setting a little bit, as it's on the come up because that's where that's what I played as well. And so either or, still
Any
football.
any more certifications you'd be planning to pursue?
Definitely probably get my RMT.
Okay, cool.
I've very, very lightly dabbled in the idea of physio. Very lightly.
He touched it.
Just great.
I love that. I love
Just
that.
a little because how much more school do I really want to do? Physio seems
That's
kind of
fair. That's fair.
Physio seems a little depressing sometimes. It's very hard. It is a doctorate, so
Only in the States.
Only in the States.
true,
Here it's not.
but it's still hard.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Especially
job
if I only wanted to, if I was gonna stay here to get it, right?
Fair enough.
And I'm not in the mood to really go anywhere else to go get it. So in my head, I'm like, if I don't really want to go anywhere to get it, I probably don't want it that bad.
Yeah.
And I think I can reach the goals that I want to without getting it.
Yeah.
And the knowledge that I want to without
For
getting it.
sure, 100%.
It's more of just wanting the knowledge that a PT has more than actually doing the PT-ness. So
I want what you know, but I don't want to do your
I don't
work.
really want to do that. That's a lot of extra school that I don't think I want to do. But definitely RMT because I think having those two certifications together,
That
it's
would
kind of like you can do a little side clinical setting, do as an RMT and an AT, and then be with a team. It's kind of like two birds with one stone. You're a little
Yeah.
more hireable if you have two certifications.
strength and conditioning, maybe.
Maybe,
Maybe.
maybe. I never really thought of it too much, but that might be a good asset.
Now we might.
You put that in my head.
See, I'm just feeding ideas
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Yeah, but I think the more certifications you can get, the better to be a little more
Definitely.
hireable.
Be the best
Um,
person in the room.
Exactly.
Be the one that everyone wants to hire.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of my thoughts right now. But I'm not trying to stress too much.
Yeah,
I still got
yeah.
You
Yeah.
have one more year
a whole
left.
year.
Let's
Yeah,
focus on that.
exactly.
Let's just take
Exactly.
it placement by placement, day by
Exactly.
day.
Yeah.
It gets overwhelming when
Oh,
you
yeah.
when you think about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know I'm in that position.
I
right
don't
now,
envy you
actually.
guys at all. I don't envy you guys at all.
Okay, any more questions before we head into the lightning round? No?
I think let's get into it.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. First
Okay.
question. What's your favorite tape job?
Plantar fasciitis.
That's an interesting
Yeah,
one.
why?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I had to do it so much with the basketball team this year, and I got really good. Like I do like
Oh my god.
I got it.
She even got the motion.
Oh yeah, I got really good at doing it really fast. I had to do like 6 feet, and I was like, got it done. I don't know, something about it. I just really like it.
There's a lot of variations.
I like it too.
Yes,
I like it.
yes, I do like that one. It's like everyone says an ankle. That's basic. Who cares? Everyone can do an ankle job.
You're being saved.
Everyone can
I
do
like
that.
that. I like
That or like an LCL, MCL kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Kind of like those two because you can get them make them really look really pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think plantar fasciitis. That one's kind of fun.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Next question.
I don't know the next question.
What's your pregame song?
Oh, pregame song. What was I listening to?
I'm interested.
Probably "Spread the Ops" by Lecrae. Yeah, yeah.
Is
I
there a
hope you
reason?
know. I hope you know when
If
you
you listen to it,
when
yeah,
you post this
you'll
on
know why if you listen to it.
Okay, sounds good.
It's lit.
Instagram. So every time we ask the question, "What's your pregame song?" That's the audio we
Mm,
use.
It's gonna be good.
Okay.
Tap in. It's good. It's a good. It gets you like,
I'll get the episode up
It's
as
so
soon as possible. I promise.
Yes.
All right. Next question. What
Mhm.
is your favorite sport to watch and cover? Not necessarily play, to
Mm.
watch and then to cover.
Watch football.
Okay.
For sure.
Valid.
NFL, hands down. I'm
your
trying to
favorite
tap
What's your
in.
team?
You're
Say
lucky.
it, say it, say it.
Oh my
I
gosh.
dare
Did
you.
you see the shirt that I
Oh
bought?
no way.
Do you see it?
Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
Actually, blur it out. We're blurring it
How
out.
about them boys?
We're blurring it
It
out.
says cowgirl.
Oh yeah. How about them boys? You know what I'm
Is it
saying?
cowboy?
Dallas
Oh,
Cowboys.
my bad. I thought it was Dallas Cowgirls.
So that was Cowboys. Don't worry about last year. We know. I can.
No, we
it's
know.
awful.
We know.
Oh, the
Oh,
beef
boy.
between you two is real.
Yeah,
I
because
know.
I'm a Philly
I know
fan.
you are.
Oh.
And the rivalry is crazy.
It's
You know,
insanity.
during the NFL season, we'd message each other.
Back and forth. Back and
Whenever
forth.
they'd face each
Oh,
other,
yeah.
it was the funniest.
Oh yeah, but to
Who's
cover.
winning right now?
We just won the Super Bowl. I say we.
You're a little Philly.
You actually are not from there.
I'm gonna tell me.
Right. But to
You can
to cover, I want to say rugby, but rugby gives me so much anxiety.
Real, honestly.
I did it before I did my placement.
Yeah.
Before I really knew anything, I was so scared.
But I
every
heard
single
it's
time.
fun. I've never
It
done
is fun.
It is fun. I think it's more fun if you do it with somebody else.
Yeah.
And you don't need to cover both teams.
Mhm.
But if you're covering both
it. You
teams,
also covered both teams.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
no, like covering both teams that are playing on the field
Yeah,
at the same time.
I've only covered one team
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah.
That is crazy work.
Multiple times I've had to cover both teams.
Crazy work.
Crazy work, but you see a lot.
Yeah.
And you get to manage a lot.
Not the favorite though.
I don't know. I don't know.
You get a little
'Cause
trauma bonding with
it's a little it's
Yeah.
traumatizing a little bit,
Yeah.
but I feel like my heart rate is definitely elevated the entire game. It's
Yeah.
there's definitely a good rest after the game.
FPO2 99.
Ooh. Let me tell you. But I would say that because not too much in terms of my experience happened this year in terms of basketball and soccer that I covered. Right. But I'm gonna say rugby.
Yeah.
It's
Thrilling.
intense. It's very intense. Yeah.
And
Was
you
your
feel,
first sport too?
yeah, that was my first sport.
That's insane.
It was,
That's insane.
Welcome to the league moment.
Okay, next question. What's the minimum hours of sleep you need to function in the clinic or on the field and or?
Like 5 or 6.
That's
Okay,
valid.
that's
I need
valid.
it.
That's valid.
I need it.
Yeah.
Need it. Yeah. I
Oh,
feel like field a little less. I can probably do a little
Yeah.
for the field because I'm pretty comfortable with field coverage. But clinic, I need to think.
There's a
I
lot of
really need to
thinking,
think.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, like, oh no, I need sleep. Clinic for sure. When I'm 10 a.m. clinic the night before, no, I need to be asleep. Thank you. Yeah.
you guys have morning clinic. Wow.
Oh yeah. I had to because the way my schedule was. So last semester I had I think 11 to 2 something like that, and this semester I had 10 a.m.
I can never.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next question. What is your preferred method of caffeination to stay awake?
Caffeine does not keep me awake.
Really?
No, I drink it purely for taste.
Oh, wow.
Literally.
So no tea, no coffee, no energy
No.
drink, no nothing.
I don't use that.
Just
I'm
like
just
vibes.
up on vibes, to be honest.
I guess that's what we're putting.
Yeah.
Vibes.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, you do a little prayer, Lord, give me the strength, give me the energy, and you go by your day. Literally. I can drink a little cup of coffee at the nighttime. Don't matter.
Coffee
In
helps
the
you sleep.
nighttime?
Coffee helps you sleep.
Not even.
Oh,
Not
It
even.
does nothing.
Nothing.
there's nothing for me. It makes me want to go to the washroom.
Yeah,
Right.
know that.
That's just
It
it.
Yeah.
makes a diuretic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit.
Wow,
That's pretty much it.
I'm shocked.
Oh, all right. So, okay, we'll change it up.
Mm.
What do you do to stay awake? To keep
I'm not a
like
napper.
like slap yourself, maybe power nap 30
I don't
minutes.
nap. I'm just awake.
You don't nap?
No.
We
I nap
KO'd
when I'm
so
sick.
many times.
I nap when I'm sick. I nap in the car.
Wow.
If someone's driving
You're
me.
strong.
But I'm pretty calm. Like, I don't know. I get a good night's sleep. I don't need
That's
it.
good.
I usually have at least 7 hours usually.
Yeah, REM sleep just kicks in instantly.
Oh, instantly.
I would have.
Epileptic.
But I think because I can sleep in any situation. Like I can sleep noise, light, dark, quiet, don't matter.
Wow.
So I just knock out at nighttime.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's a talent.
Yeah,
I
I
think
wish
so.
you can.
It's my
Yeah,
special
you're
talent.
you're just
Party chick.
like-
I'm out. Car, in the party, anywhere. I'm sleeping.
Okay.
Hmm.
If you had a whole year to train for any Olympic sport that
Okay.
you've never played
Never
before,
played. Never
Oh.
played. Never played.
which one? I know what you're about to say, but
Summer or winter. Summer or winter.
Okay. When I was in like grade 1, I took some tennis lessons for like a year. I'm telling you right now, if my dad watches this, he's gonna laugh. I told him last
Send
year.
him the link.
Send him the
I told him
link.
last year, I will tap in for a nice year. I swear I'll be so good at tennis. I swear.
Let's see it.
I would be so. I swear, guys. I don't know what it is. I just got my love for tennis like a couple of years ago, but I truly love watching tennis. But I really feel like I could do that. I really do. That or rowing. Put me on that
I
rowing
think
team.
rowing
Yeah.
is definitely.
And usually people who like do that kind of like last minute year training really hard, they go into rowing.
Yeah.
I think I could do that. Tennis pretty good, so I might get
Training
something.
ground.
That's true, that is true.
You never know. You might 2028. I don't know. You might see me out there in LA.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As a rower.
No, I'm gonna make ground as both a medical professional
Yeah.
in there and yeah.
If I was a rower, I'd be the person who's like banging on the drum.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yes,
right.
with a microphone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roll faster.
Yeah.
You're too slow.
No, legit. That would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last question.
All right. What is your most embarrassing or funniest clinic/field story or in the classroom?
I have too many. I have one for probably each of those.
All right,
Okay.
we got time.
I would say field. Okay, my first game with the men's soccer team. This is one of the first thing that comes to my mind. First game with the men's soccer team, our goalie got hurt, and I was like, oh, I don't really know what to do. Da, da, da. I was doing a little ankle assessment, blah blah blah. And then I was like, you know what? He's not really walking really well. I'm gonna get him some crutches. Okay. So I'm fitting him for the crutches. I said, okay, yeah, you gotta fit them for the crutches and show them how to use the crutches. Da, da, da. And so he's really tall. So I'm trying to, I'm trying to like,
can't drink this.
I'm trying to like lengthen them. Why am I unscrewing the handle?
Oh my goodness.
And the
Screwdriver.
and the goalie coach is like, don't you like lengthen it from the bottom? And I'm like you know, the buttons on the bottom. I'm like, yeah. I'm just like, I'm gonna have to adjust it for his arms because he's tall. I'm gonna do that after. No, actually, no. I was so embarrassed. embarrassed. I was like, how is this coach telling me how to do my job?
Coach telling you what
How
to
to do your
do.
job.
Oh my gosh.
He was probably looking at you like,
For the longest time too, I was like, "Ah, this is really tight. Like
You said this was your first game, right?
first game.
He was like,
First
this
game.
is my student.
Yeah.
The ear.
I was like, "God, I'm so embarrassed." And then for clinic, the first thing that comes to mind was I was treating one of my athletes. She wasn't really too injured, but she's kind of on a little like maintenance stuff for her calves. And I was probably did the assessment, whatever. Halfway through the treatment, I'm doing like a release on her calves. And I'm like, oh, do you like feel it here? And she's like, no. And she's like, whatever on her phone. Then I realized I'm like, this is not the right leg. I've been releasing the wrong leg for like 10 minutes. I was like, I just casually, okay, we're gonna do the other side now just to even it out. Wow, wait, that was the wrong leg. Oh my days.
she didn't say anything.
Nothing.
She's on her
Oh
phone.
my goodness.
On her phone, nothing.
Gen Z.
You know,
I'm like,
oh my god.
You were never really that hurt, girl. I was like, this is the wrong side.
You know when people, I love when my athletes wear their elite socks, like the elite Nike
Yeah.
socks,
Yeah, yeah.
because it shows you the left and
Yeah.
right. So when I'm working,
That's
on
good.
the
It's
extremity,
like,
I just like take a little peek,
Yeah.
and I'm like, thank you for wearing.
because it was her in front of me, and then she goes and lays, like she's sitting this way and then lays down this
Yeah,
way.
the
Yeah.
opposite way.
And
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know what's going on. Uh,
Yeah, you have to do it. Someone at this point.
legit. I'm like, now I feel like, which side is it again? I don't remember.
Yeah. No.
Please help me out.
Sometimes I just ask.
Holy,
Yeah.
oh, that was rough.
No,
That
I
was-
can't lie.
It
That
happens.
happened to me like
Oh.
maybe 2-3 times as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably more than yeah.
The excuse is just evening it out.
Yeah, we're just gotta make it bilateral treatment or whatever. You know,
Symmetrical.
it is what it is. In class, I don't even remember what I said. I say stupid stuff in class all the time. Poor Boney, like he's sick of me. I said something in lab, like he was asking a question in lab, and I was like, some kind of special test or something like that. And I was like, like this test is for, and they couldn't get the words out. I was like, it's to like, detect like the badness in this.
Bad.
And he's like,
Badness
the
and
badness. He's like, the badness. I said, I'm so sorry. I can't, I don't know what the word I'm looking for right now. There's so many times I said such stupid stuff in lab. I feel so bad for something. But as long as it's up here, as long as I get it right on the test, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Sometimes like words come out of my mouth, and I'm like,
And it's like,
like, I know it, but like, do I?
don't ask
do
me. Go somewhere else. Yeah.
Look somewhere else,
Yeah.
please.
There's probably so many more in class, but
So
just
that was a good top 3.
It was a good topic.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know when ESPN does like their highlights, like
Yeah.
Vegas top 3 moments.
Oh man.
It's okay. This is
Gosh.
your big 3.
If someone could be a fly on the wall while I'm in like placement and stuff, is actually nuts. It is.
No, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were all our questions today. Thanks for hopping on.
Thanks for having me.
It was fun. Good
Yes.
yap session.
Nice little yap. Love to yap.
Finally got you on.
I know.
I just waited like a whole 8 months.
I know.
I'll try and get this out within the next day or so.
You gotta speak to my manager. Like she has my schedule.
Talk to your PR.
Exactly.
Paparazzi.
Yeah. None of that, please. Too much of that.
So we'll probably have a different guest next time. As of right now, good luck on exams for everyone listening live, I
Yes.
guess. And good luck on exams for you as well.
You guys as well on that
Thank you.
CATA exam. Woo!
In a month.
We're gonna be certified, y'all.
The silence is
No,
Okay.
we will be.
bye, y'all.
See ya.